Greetings, Minecrafters. Nonsanity here, and welcome to another episode of All the Mods 9 to the Skies. Okay, so I've been doing a little bit of planning, and the very first thing I want to do is go into what was going to be the barn, but isn't, and instead is a ProjectE and summoning altar room. Mostly ProjectE, because these two altars are set to do just one thing each. This one is making dark matter, and this one is making red matter. And if we go down below here, you can see we've got our usual quantum ring. And then directly underneath the altar is the pattern provider, so it's going to push these ingredients in. And if we take this pattern out and look at it, it was already in here. When you first populate this by, bringing up JEI on this and seeing everything here, if you click the plus, it will fill this in, but it's going to put the Aeternalis fuel block first. You need to move that to last. So you may need to get some of this Aeternalis fuel first. But it needs to be in the last slot here so that it's the last one added to the recipe, because that's what the altar expects. And then save it to the pattern and toss it into the provider. The altar just drops it on the ground, so I've got an item collector here. And we're going to set that to minimum size, but fairly tall, so it covers the table. And I've got a demagnetizer. I don't think I really need this here because, well, it's just to keep me from picking up what it creates if I happen to be in the room with my magnet. I think the item collector runs faster than my magnet, but just to be on the safe side, whenever you got items that are going to be tossed into the world, I like using the demagnetizer. But it works really fast. So if we say I want 500 dark matter, you can see it goes pretty quickly. And having them on separate tables means I can run them at the same time. Now, why am I getting the output for that one? Really shouldn't be giving it to me. Has it stopped now? Is it still running though? I guess it stopped making them. That's weird. I mean, this thing should have been picking them up. Whitelist, red matter, and this should have been preventing my magnet from picking it up. But I got 17 of them. How many did I ask for? I asked for 100. Oh, it's having to make more of the Aeternalis fuel. So that is handled by these three guys over here. And let me cancel that because it's a bit noisy. And we'll cancel that one too. So over here we've got alchemical fuel. I guess we should look at the bottom because that's where we just again have a pattern provider. These are the floorboards. They're they're in this block space, but they're only at the top. That way I could actually they're in the block space above. That way I could put this underneath. But these just have regular blocks. Yeah, it's Nether Star blocks. Hey, I can afford it. Pattern provider. I guess I should show the pattern inside. It says 4 coal makes 1 alchemical coal. It doesn't say anything about the Philosopher's Stone. And this one says 16 coal makes 1 Mobius fuel. And this one says 64 coal makes 1 Aeternalis fuel. And none of them say anything about the Philosopher's Stone, because this takes the coal in uses an internal recipe to turn the coal into alchemical, another internal recipe to turn the alchemical into Mobius, and then finally the Mobius into Eternalis with an external C. C is important because that keeps the Philosopher's Stone in here. This one's, This one's the same, except it stops at Mobius, and that's where it has the external C, and this one just does the alchemical coal external C. And the output is using integrator dynamics, which just sort of pumps it out and then pushes it into the pattern provider so that the AE2 system knows that the recipe is complete. And I use the integrator dynamics just because I can slap a block onto it to hide it. I could hide this by putting another block up here, but I decided to leave them. You can't see them too much. Yeah, that's a very simple room. But all these things are now on file, and I can make them from the AE system. And they were sort of important because you needed a bunch of them for the recipes for the ATM Star. And like I said, I've been doing some planning, and this is what I've got so far. So the ATM Star needs all of these items in the row with it. And I've got a few of them ready to go. I've got the pulsating black hole, and I can do 20. I've got all these materials. And again, they're all 5x blocks, except the middle, which is 6x. And technically, the gold, iron, and redstone are all 6x of the ingots and dusts. So it's 6x dust block, or a 5x block of redstone. Same with the gold and the iron. And if you make just the cobblestone, I mean, all these, like the dirt, I have dirt seeds. The oak, I have wood seeds. Obsidian, I have obsidian seeds. Cobblestone, I have cobblestone generators out the wazoo. For gravel and sand, you can use essences to make those. Or just make more cobblestone, because you can take the cobblestone and a 5x cobblestone, put it in a crusher from Mechanism, and that'll crush it into gravel almost immediately. Just one operation, just like a regular cobble into gravel. But it'll do the 5x into 5x gravel. And likewise, it'll do 5x gravel into 5x sand. So if you just make 3 times as many, well, not 3 times as many, because this is 6x and these are 5, but make some extra. And then that'll make you the sand and gravel as well. Next one I've completed is this guy over here. This is the dimensional seed. All of this is pretty easy. I've got all these materials from thermal using the last item in the list here is using the induction smelter. Bronze, shulker shells, and apatite. This one is apatite, soul sand dust, and invar, and soul sand dust is just pulverized soul sand. This one was the Anderium, Amethyst, and Apatite, and the Dragon Steel, which was the one all the others were gated behind, needed the Dragon's Breath. I couldn't make any of these until I killed the dragon. Netherite. And kill the dragon I did, because these guys were the hardest part. The dragon egg seeds, which require dragon scales, and the only way to get dragon scales, as far as I can tell, is killing the ender dragon. There isn't any other farming of the dragon. I tried Drigmes, I tried neural networks, hostile neural networks. None of them seem to get these scales. So I just killed it a bunch of times. And I needed to get 100 scales. I needed 4 to make a seed and 1 more over here in this recipe. So that's 5 per, and I'm making 20, so that's 100. And you get, a couple every time you kill the dragon. I don't think these guys have anything else I want anymore. Well, I'll take the brain coil. I don't really need coral, but it's one of the few ways you can do it without making a whole island for it. So I've been gathering them whenever they have coral. Anyway, yeah, so I got that one. The other one is done is this one, now that I have red matter. Oh, and this one needed dark matter. Quantum entangled singularities we've got. The black glass here is just to say that there's nothing in that slot. The it's philosopher, no. It's Oblivion shard, yeah. Those are blank. The Klein Star, it just has lots of levels of crafting, and then Mobius fuel, so you need a lot of that. And I think I wrote down here that for each Klein Star, it requires 131,072 coal. I wrote down the number here using glass panes, 131072. 131,072 coal to make one Klein Star. Because I needed 20, that's 2,621,440 coal. So 2.6 million coal to make this stack of 20 Klein Stars. And I made an extra one or two. The red glass are things I still need to do of all 8 of these items. And in the middle are reminder tokens for what I need to do to get all these things. Some of them are more involved than others. Like blood magic. That's a bit involved. The gas tier for this spot, and that is making the improbability device. Improbable probability device. I still need the flight module. I got the antimatter now from the reactor last time. Everything else was just crafting. But this guy needs syringes filled with gas. So I need to farm some gas. I need 20 of these. And I think it takes maybe more than one gas to fill it. I'm not sure. I will look into that. Over here we need... That's a little bit of create. So I have the cogwheel here for a little bit of create there. It's not too bad. Down here we need to do force craft for this slot. So I have a force gem. And this one need to do a little bit more of mystical agriculture, which I have the earth essence here for, just to get to the awakened level. It's not hard. Over here, the 4 corners, those are the blood magic. That is more involved. And in the middle, we need to milk a wither. So the wither skull is to remind me of for milking a wither to do that one. And up here we got a bunch of different things. So this is the Nexium. No, that was the... Let's see which one here. Dragon Soul. There we go. A bunch of different stuff here. We need to do bees. Alex, we got to get this Draconic chunks from productive bees. We've got to do more R's. Not too bad. Just need to kill a whole bunch of wild and chimeras. And then do some enchanting. The enchanting, we have the setup for that. I just got to get these tributes, so got to kill a bunch of chimeras. We have to do Draconic evolution. And here we come up into something. We need chaos shards. When I picked this pack, and last pack I played was Stoneblock 3. These are not combat packs. I'm not a twitchy trigger finger button mashing type video gamer. I'm a little bit more cerebral. I have killed the Chaos Dragon in other packs. One pack I had to kill it like 24 times. I hated that, but I did it. And at the time I decided I am never going to do that again. So this marker is for Chaos Dragon, but I don't wanna. I'd much rather just spawn in a couple shards and then go ahead and make the bees to make more shards. Or, and this is where you come in, my friends, if you guys can come up with something that's not ridiculous or outrageous, but something interesting to do, an extra challenge, if you were, that isn't part of the process of getting to the end here, getting the ATM stars, that I can use as a replacement for the Chaos Dragon. So this is your chance to anything that's in this pack, like Pneumatic Craft is in this pack, but it is not being used for anything. At least not anything in line to the star. I don't even know if it's in. I don't look at the quest book. I'm not doing anything with it. Is it even in here? I don't think it's even mentioned in here. It's just in the pack, I noticed. Or could do the fusion and so forth stuff for alchemistry and like try and get every single element. That'd be interesting. I could go for that. To get in a complete periodic table, and then I can have a chaos shard or two. But I'm sort of throwing it out there. If there's something you guys want to see, and this is the chance to suggest it. Now, like doing every spell thing from Ars Nouveau, or doing some of these. There's plenty of make works that you could come up with, or we could come up with collectively. I'm probably not going to do anything that's just make work. This is sort of make work, but I'm sort of, that one intrigues me, of getting one of every element. I think it's possible. I don't know. It might end up being more slog than I'd want to do, but maybe just giving it a try would be enough. But yeah, then Pneumatic Craft is in here. I've done plenty of that in the past, but if there's a lot of people who are using it in other packs and don't understand it, then that would be a chance for me. And if you watch me, I like to explain mods of doing that. So, fill the comments with your suggestions. You can make more than one. Discuss on other people's ideas and so forth, and we'll come up with something to replace fighting the dragon. Either that or get somebody else on the server and have them fight the dragon for me. But that doesn't make good video, because that's somebody else. I just don't want to do it again. All right, anyway. So that's the dragon part of that recipe. The other parts are not that one. This one. Dragon egg, we got to do some occultism. And this is slightly more involved because you do have to get farther into the mod. Actually, I haven't really touched the mod so far. I think to get to this point, I don't have the manual yet for showing what the ritual is, but I think the higher binding is the 3rd level circle. And to make the gin, that's straightforward. I thought there was, I don't know, there may be more. And then we've got to farm the piglich, but I think I'm ready for that. And this one also requires some chaos shards. So we'd have to make the chaos bees, which itself is not a simple process. Let's see. Chaos. So you got to make the egg, and for that you have to get into Draconic evolution for sure, and that requires a small chaos fragment. And then these require some larger So it leaves 5 for each of these. So that's 10 large and 1 small to make 1 Chaos Bee. And then I think it's, yeah, then it needs 1 full shard for. So I think we need about 3 large shards to get going with bees. Because we need 5 large and twice. So that's 10 large. We only have 9 for this. And we need 1 for the pollination. So yeah, 3 large. So that's what we need to come up with something to get me 3 large, 3 full chaos shards. Yeah, that requires the awakened. That requires the draconium, and then we're back to the draconic. So definitely have to do bees for that. So yeah, so blood magic, bees, forcecraft, occultism, draconic evolution, mystical agriculture, create, milking the wither, wilden, chimera, getting the DNA samples from a whole bunch of ghasts, the piglich, and then something for the chaos shards. That is what we have left to do. All right, so let's get started with bees. When I went to the end for the dragon, I did capture some bees. So let's put them to work in this room. You think? Or should this be something else? Not sure what I should put in this room. Now, let's go with bees. All right, so I've got parts here. These are all the bees that I captured. I'll just get everything here. Like the speed upgrades require honey blocks and honeycombs, but I have all that from the honey seed that I made. So I got those, and I needed some oak expansion boxes and advanced oak beehives. Also made some upgrade simulators, which again, more honeycombs. So let's start setting these up. I don't know how many I'm going to need. So let's just make a bunch of them. So maybe I'll end up having multiple units of the same bee. I don't want one in the corner, actually. It doesn't matter whether you put the expansion box or the hive down at the bottom. It seems to work both ways around. But this gives us 5 slots instead of, I think, just 3 without the expansion. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to need... I've got a drawer of bottles, so I'm just going to pop that here. Now let's bring it forward 1. There we go. And then connect these up. And get out my wrench. And a upgrade. And make that distribution round robin. So that should put glass bottles into all of the hives. Then their output, I'm going to do, since I have the red matter and the dark matter, I made gem armor, but the leggings, normally if you're flying, you can hold down shift and space at the same time. But, this is just holding down space, and I fly. And when you're flying, double space, and you hold down shift, you come down very fast. But if you take off the pants, now when I float, I can hold down shift and space and place on top of things, which I couldn't do with those pants on. There we go. I don't know. There doesn't seem to be a hotkey to turn those off. It would be nice if I could turn those features off on the pants. All right, so that gets the bottles in. This will get all the drops out. And I made, let's see, this is a powered centrifuge. I think I just want the regular centrifuge first. Well, these are all powered centrifuges. All right, so I do just want the powered centrifuge. All right, let's just place it. Oh yeah, pants. Keep taking my pants off on camera. There we go. So that will get the output. That will output materials. So I'll probably have a few more once things get heated up. So we'll have a chest for the output and a fluid drawer for honey. So that'll output, and I probably want to get a speed into that. Okay. So now we can start setting up for some bees. Oh, and feeding slabs. So I'm going to put these at the top. They have 3 slots, so this one could do double duty. Just to keep everything neat and compact. And I'm going to have a simulation in each one of these. And for now, some speed. Oh, and this thing can take some speed too. That'll be good. I may need some more speed, but these don't all have to be full right now. It looks like I'm not going to quite... No, I am going to have enough. I have just enough. All right, good. I counted correctly. All right, then we just need some bees. Now, these are the Draconic bees, and these are the Ender bees. So we're going to show the Ender bees first. So with the simulation upgrade in there, which is really nice, and we won't have bees flying around. Adding that adds this slot here, like so, that you can place a cage in, and it unloads the bee directly into the hive. And those are one-use cages, so they're gone. And now those bees are doing their thing, but they need a pollination. I need to fix that. I don't have an elevator yet. Yeah, we don't want these connected. So they're probably all full of bottles. Even though they weren't showing up. Yeah, they're all full of bottles. As soon as I place them. I need to... Where is it? There it is. I get this one? I did. Okay. Get all these out. All right, so now in here we can put chorus flower, and that should show up, yeah. So now they should be happy. They will use the chorus flower and go. And they are high productivity. They only operate at night, during the day. Now, I have no idea, since we're in the hyperbox dimension, I don't know if it counts as day or night. Since we have at a cobblestone ceiling, it probably doesn't count as direct sunlight, so like solar power wouldn't work in here. But I don't know if they care or not. But you can fix that. If we go back out... Oh, and it's raining too. I'm surprised. Okay, no, it is The Draconic evolution celestial manipulators are doing their thing. Hey, we got a rainbow. Very pretty. All right. Anyway, I was saying, if we get a fence and a lead and put those down, well, we don't do the lead yet. I think I've got some other bee cages in my inventory. Here's a yellow carpenter bee. If I bring out the bee and I leash it to that. Right now this bee is diurnal, but if we leave it out here, he's stopped because he's blind. Eventually, over a couple of Minecraft days, he will turn, I think, first nocturnal, and then he will turn mediternal, so that he works day or night. So you just have to put them out. I'd build a glass box around him just so that nothing happens to him. But when you've gotten that done, and I did do that, so we're Julia Childing it here and moving forward, you will get, let's see, are any of these, that one doesn't have any stats. That's diurnal, journal. Okay, so they're in another location. I think I know where they are. They're in the bee room. Oh, wrong one. There we go. Oh, and this thing is going to require some power. And since there might be multiples of them, I'm going to just stick the power there. And that should feed into it and any other eventual centrifuges we set up on the system. So over here we've got some bees because I made a bee breeder. And I don't know where I want to set that up in here yet. But we'll come back to that. Let's set up some other things here, which I did happen to set up first. I just didn't use right away. Let's get all this out. So what we want to do is we want to get a bottler. And this, you put bottles into it, and you can get stuff out. And you can put honey into it, and it'll bottle the honey, I think. But that's not what we're going to use it for. We're going to use it to squish bees. So for that, we need a piston facing down, like that. And we could just go ahead and let's stick a switch on top and extend it. You can have it so that it squishes the bees one at a time by extending the piston and retracting it and so forth. But it works with it just being permanently down as well. And that's a little easier. So let's do it the easier way. We need a dispenser. And then we need something to keep the bees in their place, which is in the squishing box. Oop. There we go. So we'll cover those up with glass. And I don't think I need it up on the top here, but I'm going to do it just because I got the parts for it. I'm going to leave the back open because I'm going to put a timer there. And if you look at the top, it's going to be facing up. If I look at the bottom of the block, it's going to face down. Pause will seem like it paused anyway, but it doesn't. 2 is a bit high. Let's make it like 8. So now if I flip this lever, it ticks. All right. So what that's going to do, we're going to put a bee cage in here. It's going to dispense it. The bee is going to get crushed. And then it's going to drop a bottle. So what we need, let's use a... there. Let's use a barrel over here and put an item collector on the top and set that to minimum X and Z. So it's just getting this corner. And then we will pipe out of there. Oops. And don't connect to that. Do extract from there. We're going to go into, so do I want to go into a chest? No, that's right. I want to go into a centrifuge. So that'll go into a centrifuge. Because the bottle of genetic material you get from the bottler. So having bottles in this, and then we need to do that. We need to give it bottles from a... And I'll just put a few in there. We're not going to be doing a ton of this for the moment. Let's see, bottle. Just get a stack. Oh, I had some, but all right. Get rid of those. So with bottles in there, you put the bee cage in there. It'll crush it, use it with the bottle, and then drop the bottle of bee goo into the air, along with the bee cage if it's a permanent cage. But I think I'm going to mostly be using the one-use cages, so they won't come back to you. That'll get picked up here, and it'll get piped into the centrifuge. And this will separate it into individual genetic components. And sort of like the periodic table of elements, it's a lot of non-stacking, well, they don't stack with each other, parts. And so you use a gene indexer, which is a specific thing designed that only holds the genes. And if you give it power, it will automatically combine genes together. Because each one will be a partial, it won't be 100%, so it'll combine individual ones to make 100% automatically. Then we'll do stuff with that. We will see. I should have one more. I guess it's in here. No, that's used for something else. Where's the incubator? There it is. Somehow it didn't end up in my project chest. Or is it in one of these? Ah, it's over there. This is a spare. Over here. So this is the baby incubator. Now it's going to need some power, and it's going to need some honey treats. And these things require bottle honey and a honeycomb. Basically puts the honey back in the comb, I guess. So those are going to get piped out like so. And it needs some power, so we can just send the power in through the same cable. So it's got power, it's got honey treats. And we're going to pipe things in and pipe things out. And you can separate. And it can get some speed. And this can get some speed. And that doesn't need any speed. And that doesn't need any speed. Don't know why I've got 2 extra. All right. This works. Though I think I want to rearrange it to make it a little bit more compact. That way I have room to do the other part of what I need to do. So let's output from there into here. And put that there. And that's an extract. And that there. And that's an extract. So it's going to get everything in from the side there. I'll put this down, disconnect it from that. Extract from there. And there. A little bit more compact. Should still be getting honey treats, power. All right. And then this part, which is the breeding chamber. Let's see, I want to set that one up. I guess we set it up like that. And another chest here. Extract. And then we'll have that. That is a drawer full of rose bushes. We're going to need those for the pollination as we breed bees. And we need some bees. So what I've got are, I had this running for a bit. That yellow carpenter bee you saw me outside, I put some out and then they became meta-eternal. So if you take 2 of those and put them into these 2 slots, I'm going to need some power, which I can do right here. There we go. So power, and it can have some speed. Is it running? Oh, it needs some cages for the output. Cage, got some. Now it should start running. It's got rose bushes. Power. Bee cages. Not sure why it isn't working. Everybody's probably screaming at the screen. What did I forget? I don't seem to have forgotten anything. It looks, that's exactly right. I mean, I did this before. It's not like I've got 2 of... Oh, wait, that one's a child. Oh, these are both childs. All right, that was the problem. Where are some adults? That's an adult. That's a child. That's an adult. All right, we'll toss these 2 in. And they're both meta-eternal. All right, now it's running. Can't expect kids to do anything right here. But we can take those kids. So these are all, this is a whole stack of them. That's what this thing, the incubator's for. So we toss them over here. They put them into this, and they, actually it's going to stack, so it's going to put them all over there. I could have just put them there myself. But one at a time it's going to make them, and we can... I got so many hours on that thing, I might as well use some. So that's going to output, and now they are adults. And we can do with them as we please. And one of the things we're going to please is going to put them over here. Turn it on. And they have all been crushed. They became squashed bee material. And they're not outputting. Oh, there's stuff in here. And it has no power. Okay, that's why. Yeah, I put 4 bees in there. There's 3 bottles. One of them is in there. So, I already had to break that. There, now it's got power. So that's going to, see, it turns them into a whole bunch of different of these gene samples. They all come in here, and because I've got the redstone signal onto it, it's combining them. So here we have a type, the type of bee, yellow black carpenter bee. It's 100%. Here we have weather tolerance none, which is useless. 100%. This one's only 20. Endurance medium, 100%. Productivity medium, 100%. Meta-eternal, that's a good one. And temper normal, that could be useful. But it's that meta-eternal we want to get. Likewise, we want to let's see, what are the stats on these? So these are productivity medium. Do I have in here? These guys. Let's take these out. And take these out. Put these two in because they're high and mid-eternal. So they've got another trait that we want. We just got to grow them up. There we go, 2 high. And now we can put those over here and breed more of those. So they're high and mid-eternal. And we can speed this up as well. Oh, and it needs to have an output. I'm going to make this input like that. And then this will be output. I guess I can just go to this since I've got it here. So as they make a new baby, oh, doesn't have power. Oh, that side is eject, and it's got to be input now. That side. I guess this was the output chest. I had that backwards. But yeah, because I don't know why I did all that. Anyway, it's fine. It doesn't need an input except for the flowers. So, all right, so it should be outputting. Yeah, that dumped a whole bunch of flowers in there. Now I just need to put it back the way it was. I had it right to begin with. All right, so now its output will go in here. So this should be, yep, a child, high, mid-eternal. So these we can then take and grow them up. And these would then go into here and get crushed, get centrifuged, and we should start getting high productivity. Yep, we got 40% high. And this is medium, so we don't, this is the one we're going to want. But we're going to have to do a few more bees. So now we can produce more bees, grow them up, squish them down. And I've kept all 3 of these sections separate because I don't want to always to go all the way through. But, and I guess I should get a few more of these high. Those are good. All right. So let's toss these in. Speed this up. So these are the old ones. Yeah, these are the mediums. Toss these in. And now, productivity high. And we've got another meta-turtle. So if we take a productivity high, a meta-turtle, and let's do temper normal. And we take a draconic bee. Here we go. By default, they have normal productivity. They are daytime only, and they are aggressive. So what we're going to do is take a honey treat and mix it with these 3 in any shapeless recipe. And you can have as many, you can have up to 8 genes mixed with a honey treat. and get that. I guess I had some in the system. So now this honey treat has mid-eternal, high, and tempered normal. So we're going to go over here to the incubator, and we're going to replace the basic treats and put this, which is an adult, but give it the honey treat in here, and it will combine them. And we get a new bee that is, oh, it's only normal. That is mid-eternal, and the temper's, no, did I get the wrong? I thought I grabbed the, maybe I grabbed the wrong one, or it didn't work. Or maybe it wasn't 100% yet. That could have been it. And then it's only a chance. Anyway, I already did this. Toss those in there. Oh, the honey treats need to be restocked. So let us put away some of this. See, that should get some storage upgrades. It looks like the bees are working. We've got wax, we've got honey bottles, coarse fruit, and ender pearls. So all that's coming from centrifuging these ender combs, which seems to have stopped. Should work. Oh, that's because these combs, yeah, use centrifuge, you get liquid chorus. So what we got in here? So okay, so the liquid chorus went in there. So I'm gonna need another drawer. So functional storage, and we've got one here that already has honey in it. So now that will drain the honey out of here. Yep. And we can put the comb in, and it'll create the liquid chorus. So we've got two different materials coming out of the centrifuge. Needed somewhere for both of them to go. But we also have these Draconic bees. These are the main ones we want. And I guess I just toss them in here. There they are. And they are all high productivity, mid-eternal, and normal temper. I don't think the temper matters too much since I have the simulator in here. But we can speed this up. Oh, they need the egg. I'm wasting my bottle. There we go. Now they're making Draconic combs. I guess I'm going to be doing this. I might want to speed that up a little bit out of these two. So I was taking the Draconic combs, and you know, I might want to make a buffer chest. I might insert a buffer chest into this. But for now, we're getting Draconic dust. 9 of those together get you those chunks that I need. But I don't just need them for making the inactive dragon egg. If I want to speed up bee production, they are used to make both the block upgrade and some of the higher speed upgrades. So if we look at bee upgrades, this one will make them generate blocks of combs instead of combs. So it's like a 4 times increase in the output. Productivity, this is 120% speed. Take 4 of those and you get 150%. 4 of those, you get 200%. And 4 of those, and you get 260%. And since after level 2, see, level 1 doesn't, yeah, okay, even level 1 needs Draconic chunks. So you need 2 Draconic chunks. This tooltip is so big. 2 for this, so that's 8. Yeah, 8. 32. So 100. You need 2 stacks of the chunks to make one of these productivity omega. So it's quite a bit. You know, we've got enough now to do 4. And we'll need 2 stacks to get to that. And you can have more than one of those. So if you just sit here with the time in the bottle, and I used to have like 181 hours, now I'm down to 178. I used a few to make some upgrades. I think they're in here. I've got a beta and an alpha. Oh no, here they are. I got 3 of those, and I got 2 of these. And I guess I get a beta. So in here, I'm going to replace the speeds with the block. And I don't know whether a speed or another one of these would be. I think probably one speed is going to be faster, because this 20% decrease in time spent in the hive. So I think since with the simulator, it's a 20% decrease between executions. Or 260%. I guess 260% is better than a 20% speed increase. Yeah, because that's more than double, so it'd have to be over a 50% increase. But for this one, I only have 1, so another 150. I think even 150 is better. So now, if I spam this with... We're getting in whole blocks. Oh, and this thing won't be able to do blocks. They're going to go straight through it, aren't they? Yeah. But look at those build up. Yeah, anything that goes through this pipe into the centrifuge that it can't handle will go straight through it, like these bee cages. So to make this work with the comb blocks, oh, we got almost 500 blocks. We need a heated centrifuge. So I made one of those. To make the heated centrifuge, you do need an inactive Draconic. So you need some of these Draconic chunks. So once you've got some of those, you can replace with this. And there we go. I'll have to do them by hand now. Yep. Oh, I did. I put down the wrong one. Put down the same one again. Silly me. Alright, so now I can take these guys. So each one of these represents 4 combs. And the combs, let's see, there we go. They only have a 30% chance to give you dust. So sometimes a comb won't give you anything, but they'll usually give you something. And that one can have its speed upgrades back. There we go, much faster. And I think I do want to add a buffer chest. For now, I will just place this one over here. No, let's get a new one. It's got the bees in it. There, that way I can just drop all these in there, and they will get processed in due time. think I want to put another chest over here, but that means rearranging some of this. I guess I can just disconnect that, get a chest, place it here, get a pipe, and do that. So now they're all connected to the back of that chest. It will be the storage. Yeah, that's better. And I don't need this chest here. It could just be a regular pipe, which I don't have anymore. There we go. And it is out of energy. Oh, yeah, because that's no longer coming in through that side, so we'll put it on the front. Or just put it directly on it. That works. All right, so now we've got really fast production of... Come on, there we go. I might want to put some of these in here so things stack. Lots and lots of bee stuff. I already had hundreds of this. Which is only 34. Which means if you surround it, go around an egg, I got 4 of the 20 that I need. But, you know, I can now sit here and let it run overnight, and we'll have enough. I mean, or I can just hit it with some more bottles. I mean, that's 4 of the 20. Just need to do it a few more times, and we'll have enough. So that is pretty much all I'm doing with the bees for the moment, but we will need to make a few more bees for some of the other mods, particularly Awakened Draconium, and a far more complicated one is the other Awakened material. So we have that I think is Awakened Draconium. Yeah, this is Awakened Draconium. And this is Awakened Supremium. To make that egg, we need to do the Awakening Altar setup and make the Supremium bee, make the Imperium bee, Tertium bee, Prudentium bee, Infernium bee, and Prosperity bee, which will require coming in here. I will have to make a quartz nest. So I'll get a quartz block, which I can make. Okay, I can just make it. They made a simple recipe for it. Another quartz around another rack gets you a quartz in another rack. Ah, that's different from the quartz ore. But you make your own and then do that with the sword. You get the nest, put the nest in the nether, and I think you give it... Okay, yeah, you put nether quartz onto it. Put 1 piece of quartz on it, it'll start ticking down from like 1,000 ticks or 1,000 seconds. But each quartz you put on it speeds it up, brings that number down. You can just slam a stack onto it, and it'll pop out a crystalline bee. And then you take the crystalline bee, and you give it a block of prosperity shards. That turns it into prosperity bee. Put it in a cage, and toss it in the crusher. And then we'll get the gene sample of its type. Like here we have the yellow-black carpenter bee. We would have the type of prosperity bee. You can then put that on a honey treat, put an egg in here, and the honey treat in here, and it'll turn that into the Prosperity Bee egg. So this one's got the trait of prosperity on an egg, and you get a bee egg. And then those are what we're going to use next time in the infusion altar, because we are now, I think, out of time. So this has been a quick delve into bees. I think from here, everything I need to do with bees is using other mods to make those eggs. Just as we use Mystical Agriculture to make its bees, we're going to use Draconic Evolution to make its bees. And then we'll be done with bees. Not a lot to do in this pack with them, unless you wanted to use them for main resource gathering, which, as you can see, can be very fast. I just went with the plants because they're even faster and have more options. But some things are only possible with the bees. All right, this is Nonsanity, signing out. Take care, be good, and see you next time.